Hello, 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 everybody around the world tuning in. Today we have a special episode with me and Mr. Sassini. We are going to have a
Sure.
little talk, a little first impressions on this new Kodak Black album that just recently dropped last night, midnight. Bill Israel. We're going to talk about it a little bit, see how we felt about it. Saw it popped up this morning. I said, "Gee, why you ain't say nothing to me?
I
I knew it was
wasn't hip
dropping.
either.
I
Yeah,
knew I knew it was
so
dropping, but I didn't know it was last night. So
yeah.
while I was editing our video that you guys are gonna see soon, episode 2 of the cast, I was just playing it out, listening to it, writing some notes about it. We figured we might as well give you guys a little impressions on how we felt about the album right off the drop. So 11 songs on this album. We have 4 different features. Tory Lanez and Jack Boy on one song, Gucci Mane, Hot Atlanta Santa, and CBE on one song. And
hmm
then on the second to last song, we have Lil Yachty on there on a feature.
Florida. He's a Florida boy too. Shout out Yachty.
Yep, yep,
Shout out
yep.
Jack Boy.
Yes,
Holding it down
sir.
while Kodak he can't be
Yeah,
out, so
for
he's doing
sure.
what he gotta do for
He
him. So
definitely
that
gotta
works.
let the streets hear him while he's down in there. So I think this was a very good album just off the first impression. Um, I think the very first song, "Remember the Times," I think that's a banger. I think
Yeah,
it's a good opener to the album. I think it gives us a nice little update, kind of, sort of, where his head's at. Killer opener, reminiscing about the
and
days.
just before you keep going, Steve, what I think is incredibly cool about Remember the Times is like when you take into context like the current times, not only
Yeah.
that he's going through, but we're all going through.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? So like when
Yup.
you look at it a little deeper than just the surface, and in general, when I listen to music, it's just as much for me about how the song makes me feel
Of
as much
course.
it is what it is that they're saying, which I mean more times than not, there's not one without the other, but
For
I've
sure.
always loved Kodak since he was on YouTube 13 singing remix to Ambition.
There you go.
J Black,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
way back.
Yeah. I would agree with that 100%. Chi. One thing that I really look for in the music that I listen to, not it doesn't even necessarily that it has to tell a story with what they're saying, but I just want to feel where they're coming from. I want to be
hmm
able to say that, okay, he's really trying to talk, or he or she he's really trying to talk
Right.
with the words that they're spitting while they're flowing on that beat, while they're flowing on that tune. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah.
and that song really popped out to me for the first song. Um,
And I like how he snuck Pimpin' Ain't Easy on there. He's trying to go
yeah,
platinum.
Plug,
Yeah.
you
He's
got to.
trying to go platinum.
When I whip out the 4-5, don't panic.
Don't panic.
You got to.
Yeah.
Another song that I really liked on there was Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, third song on the track.
Yeah, that was very tough. That might be my personal favorite, to be honest
Yeah,
with
me
you.
too. I wrote down a couple of quotes on that thing. I remember ain't hat ish. Now I got eeny meeny miny mo, eeny meeny miny mo. Catch proports either o. Like that joint went.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That joint
saying.
went. That went in. That went in. I like the way that just take a little onomatopoeia out of that little
Yeah.
wordplay, and he was able to make a nice little 2 minute 30 tune. You
And not only that, like us being college students and everything else, it's we're before the eeny meeny miny mo, so it's
yeah,
like motivation, and you saw his whole come up, his story, everything that he's done. So it's like, oh, hopefully one day I could walk in and go eeny meeny miny mo.
for sure. You gotta love that. You gotta love that.
Yeah,
Um, I gotta Tori's in a little bit of a situation, but we'll probably just save that for another podcast. But
right. I
um,
thought that was a very interesting feature. Kodak doesn't
yeah,
really ever work with artists of like that caliber or like that type of lane.
hmm I would agree
And
with that too.
throughout his career, I don't know, just his whole progression to me is crazy.
Yeah,
He's shown so much versatility, more so in the singles and albums, but um, yeah, I mean, I just think his whole progression and what he's done for the game and Florida even. Obviously Florida was always, especially Broward. I mean, that place has been popping before Kodak and will continue to pop, but he's definitely got a humongous influence. And I like how he put his people on, man. Kodak
yeah,
really put all his people on.
I like that. I think that the Spain track, that's a killer
hmm
three-headed snake right there. Kodak,
Yeah,
Tory, and Jack Boy. I like that three. Um,
yeah. The fire.
They all flowed on the beat very well, I thought.
Yeah.
One verse off that joint, Kodak, he said, "She like my mumbo jumbo, I'd be talking slang." That
Talking
popped up. That
slang.
popped out to me. So
Mhm.
I had to write that one down. I had to write that down.
And what
Um,
I like too is in I Wanna Live,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
like the whole album I would like to say thus far, I mean I only spun through it twice, but
Hmm.
it's incredibly serious and like he's trying to like, reach a certain audience and make you feel a certain way.
I
But then he
agree.
goes on I Wanna Live and he says, I already showed my ass, now it's time to let my nuts drag. And it's just
Yeah,
like that's funny as
go
hell.
figure.
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
you got. I like that. I like that line too on that song. I like that song too. Another one that popped out on me was The Fire. I like that song because it had a nice little sci-fi beat to it. I don't know if you kind of
Mhm.
caught it. It was a very
Yep.
eerie like melody. Um, he said, "I see where your head at. Now you simple-minded." He was nice little
Mhm.
conversation talking about a shorty, basically just kind of what comes with the territory of being Kodak Black, and just like
Right.
if you're gonna ride with me, you gotta roll with the fire, as our coach would say, walk through the smoke. You
Walk
just
through the
kind of
smoke.
you kind of gotta tunnel vision
You know
that.
what you're getting into.
You know what you're getting into rocking with Mr. Bill. You know what you're
Yes,
rocking with
sir.
too when you're into Mr. Bill. What else did he say on that? Once I got that money, I turned around and went designer.
Right. I mean,
Once I
that's
got
just
that money, I
incredible to
turned
me.
around and went designer. That those I like those kind of like one line punches
Yeah.
that speaks significance. When you really think
Yeah,
about it.
exactly. And some people might be like, "Oh, like that's vague. Like it doesn't really say a whole lot." To me, that's all. I mean, it might
Take it
sound
how you
whatever, but
take it
that's
how you
all I'm
want.
trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Turn
trying
that
to get to
money
this
around and
bag
went
and
designer.
yeah, exactly. I'm trying to do the same thing, Kodak.
Exactly. What other songs did you feel on that thing?
I really like Serene. Um, again, looking at his current situation, he's just saying all he wants to do is find that Serene.
Yeah.
And what's tough is, you saw him get locked up in Virginia because I hit for 30 G's, and then
Yeah.
was doing his best to stay out of trouble. Got caught up on an Instagram live, and moved out of Florida. Was trying to do all the right things at the
Yeah.
time, and I just think once he gets out again, I don't really see Kodak going back. So listening to that song, I was like, damn, like
Yeah.
I at the same time, it's like he's in a situation that he really is trying his best to get out of, but it's incredibly hard to do.
That kind of brings me to a question, because like obviously you see all the time, you got all these people, famous influencers in jail, rappers, whoever it may be, and it's just like, free Kodak, he ain't do nothing, free such and such, he didn't do anything.
Right.
But when in reality, they're what comes with their territory,
Mhm.
which kind of brings me to a question where it's like, do you think, you can't really answer this question, but it's just, do you think this, you never know, do you think this is really the time where he's like, okay, I got to get my head on straight? I like, no matter what, every time that he's gone in and out, drops a masterpiece, it's just,
Yeah. Well, I think so too because you give a kid like Kodak, 'cause he's our age, dude. So from 14 years old, coming from absolutely nothing to getting put on to immediately millions. I mean, it's tough to figure out how to manage that kind of money. And people say, oh, like money fixes all your problems. There's a lot of problems that come with the money too, and that's kind of what
right,
he had to work through. And I think in the back of his mind too, now that he just came up on all that money, he's like, I could do whatever I want because I can just pay for the lawyers and do what I got to do to get in and out of any situation that I encounter. But he's got a son, man. I'm sure he wants to get back to him. I'm sure he wants a relationship. I'm sure he's trying to settle down soon. So I feel like for him now, it's like it's a maturing and it's a growth period for him right now, what he's going through. So if you ask me, I think this might be one of the last times you ever see Kodak into
I
some
hope
shit.
so.
Hopefully,
I truly hope so.
free
I
act.
truly, truly hope so. Any songs that we haven't really mentioned that popped out to you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna touch on Make a Hit, and
Mm-hmm.
Dunny Green as well. Make a
Yeah,
Hit.
those last two songs. Yeah.
Right. I was very impressed by Lil Yachty's feature on that track.
Me too.
Yeah, I was on Lil Yachty when he was RD Boat on SoundCloud.
Heard you.
I'm talking fifth, sixth grade
Heard
listening to
you.
Lil Yachty before
Heard
anyone
you.
even knew who Lil Yachty was. And then what's interesting too is you see some of these rappers, man, they come up a certain way and then they get into the mainstream and then they change up what got them there.
What got them there? Exactly. I agree with that 100% for sure.
And to hear Lil Yachty spit like he was spitting, I was like, okay, this is some like old school type Yachty. I like that. And Dummy Green, that's what I'm trying to see too. So
yeah, that's that. There's no other explanation around that one. No other
but no,
explanation.
I mean, this was much waited, much anticipated. I'm happy he was able to deliver the way he was. I mean, a guy like Kodak, he's got probably thousands of songs in the vault, so I don't know how you figure out how to put which 11 on
So
any one project.
I would definitely say the 11 projects that he picked told a great story. It let the fans know that yes, he's hurting, but he's still here. You know,
he's straight.
He's straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about Bill when he's out. We're gonna get back and popping like it used to be. You know?
Yeah, he gonna get back on his feet.
Yeah, he's gonna give it no flocking. He's gonna get it busy.
Right, institution vibes.
If you feel like we reminisced on as much as we did, I feel like there's no point in really keep going into it. One thing I will say is that we're going to try and do this with other projects as long as we go. Make sure you guys leave a comment of albums, songs, mixed EPs, anything that you guys want us to chat about, because we will do it. We are huge.
Even if you're an artist up and coming, like SoundCloud,
just
trying to find a lane,
real.
like we would love to.
We will easily listen to your song and tell you how we feel. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, we're gonna tell you how we feel. So we hope you like this little quick segment. We're gonna try and get this out to you on the same day while we get chopping it up on the podcast. I'm gonna get that out probably Thursday. I'm gonna split that up into 2 parts, send that out first part Thursday, second part Friday, so you guys can see that as well before the Sunday games pop out. But we appreciate you guys tuning in per usual. But we thank you guys for tuning in for the Swaggy Sports Podcast. A little quick segment on Kodak Black, Israel. You guys make sure to go check that out. We think it's a good masterpiece. We think you guys should tune it in. So we thank you guys. Until next time. Appreciate you.
Hit them with the socials, Steve. You can't be forgetting the socials.
Plug.
How they gonna show love?
YouTube, Swaggy Sports Podcast on YouTube. We also have the Instagram, Swaggy Sports Podcast. Swaggy Sports Podcast. Make sure you guys check that out. Instagram's popping. We're getting polls, anything. Questions, asking you guys about video games, asking you guys
Keeping
about
y'all
uniforms. We just try to keep you guys as most tuned in as possible. That's our job. We want to do it. We want to find the best way possible that we can express our love for certain things to you guys. And this is our way of doing it. So we thank you guys. Make sure you follow everything, like it up, subscribe, comment, all that 9. And we'll catch you next time. No bar intended. So we'll see you.
All right, I appreciate it, Steve. I'll talk to you, man.
All right, Chi.